Welcome back guys. In this video I'll be showing you how to use Nvidia app to enable DLSS Upscaler version 4 in any game that supports an older version of DLSS Upscaler. Just make sure you have installed the latest Nvidia GPU driver. Currently it is version 572.16. I have already installed it. You also need to use the latest version of Nvidia app. This is the version of the app that I am using. The latest Nvidia app comes with many new features. DLSS override feature has been added for model presets, frame generation and super resolution. Just to be clear, DLSS version 4, Upscaler and Ray Reconstruction work on all RTX GPUs. DLSS frame generation is limited to RTX 40 and 50 series GPUs. Nvidia's latest multi-frame generation technique is limited to RTX 50 series GPUs. The latest GPU driver supports RTX 5080 and 5090 GPUs. Some users have reported that they were not able to access DLSS override feature. If you are facing this issue, it's recommended to reinstall this application. Uninstall the app, download the latest version from Nvidia's website, then reinstall it. After updating your GPU driver, just restart your PC. Now this new version of Nvidia app comes with a newer version of DLSS Upscaler. It's version 310.2.1.0. It includes a new model preset called K, which is basically a refined version of model J. Cyberpunk is shipped with DLSS Upscaler version 310.1.0.0. It uses model preset J by default for the Upscaler's transformer model. So just set the model preset to K in order to activate DLSS Upscaler's transformer model. In order to verify the model preset selected for the Upscaler, I'll be using DLSS Debug overlay. I'll show you how to set it up. We'll be creating a registry file using these lines provided by Emos. Just copy the lines. Create a new text file anywhere on your PC. Name it anything you want. I'll just name it as overlay. Change its extension from .txt to .reg. Hit enter. Select the file, right click, open with Notepad. Paste the lines here. Now just click on file, click on save, close the file and execute this registry file. This will enable the debug overlay. If you want to disable the debug overlay, just replace the number 4 here with 0. Now click on file, save, close and execute this registry file. I'll revert the change as I want to enable the debug overlay. Yes, the overlay should work now. First I'll run Cyberpunk 2077 with the default settings. It now uses an older version of DLSS Upscaler. The preset used for it should be J. I'm testing the game on my Windows PC that has a Ryzen 5700X 3D processor and an RTX 2070 Super GPU. I have set everything to high. Resolution scaling DLSS Super Resolution. Super Resolution preset set to transformer model. Using the Upscaler's quality preset. Not using frame generation. I have disabled all of the post-processing settings like motion blur, film grain, chromatic aberration, depth of field, lens flare. Everything set to high. First I'll disable Ray Reconstruction setting. Full HD resolution, VSYNC off. VRN. Just check the debug overlay in the bottom left corner. Render preset J. Version of DLSS Upscaler 310.1.0. Base resolution 720p upscale to full HD. Now I'll enable DLSS Ray Reconstruction. My GPU can't handle it. Just wanted to show you the debug overlay with DLSS Ray Reconstruction enabled. FPS collapse to 30. Nvidia app also includes the latest version of DLSS Ray Reconstruction 310.1.0 here. Now I'll show you how to use the latest version of DLSS Upscaler and Ray Reconstruction, which is applicable to all RTX GPUs. Yes, you heard it right. One good thing about this method is that you don't need to replace any game files. Just open Nvidia app, click on graphics here. Click on 3 dots next to programs. Click on refresh. This will scan for installed games on your PC. Unfortunately, scanning process did not find all of the games installed on my PC. Final Fantasy Rebirth did not show up here. Even Spider-Man 2 did not show up. But I was able to manually add the game by adding the game's exe file. This method did not work for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth though. As you can see, Final Fantasy Rebirth is installed on my PC, but Nvidia app did not detect it. If you encounter a similar issue, just use DLSSTweaks. It was updated recently, supports preset K. Back to the task at hand, select Cyberpunk 2077. Scroll down until you find the driver settings section. You just need to access DLSS override model preset setting. Click on the edit icon next to it. It supports 3 DLSS technologies: frame generation, reconstruction, super resolution. Frame generation won't work on RTX 20 and 30 series GPUs, only work on 40 and 50 series GPUs. However, reconstruction and super resolution technologies will work on all RTX GPUs. I'll just select use settings for each DLSS technology. Yeah, I have access to reconstruction. From this drop down bar, you just need to select latest. Super resolution, this is for DLSS upscaler. From this drop down bar, you can select from any of the different model presets: A, B, C, D, E, F, J. You can see K preset is not mentioned here. All you need to do is click on latest. This will automatically load the latest version of DLSS upscaler 310.2.1.0 with model preset K. Click on apply. That's it. The process is that simple. Using Nvidia app, you can force DLAA and DLSS ultra performance mode in any game that supports DLSS. All you need to do is access DLSS override super resolution setting. Click on the edit icon here. Click on the drop down bar. Select either DLAA or ultra performance mode. Now when you enable the in-game DLSS setting, the mode which you selected here will override the game's DLSS quality mode. I'll stick with the default setting. A new setting called Smooth Motion is available under driver settings. It's Nvidia's driver level implementation of frame generation exclusive to RTX 50 series GPUs. It can be used in games that don't support DLSS frame generation. You need to enable hardware accelerated GPU scheduling setting. It's similar to AMD's AFMF2, except for the fact that AFMF2 does not require AI. It's a driver level implementation of frame generation that can be accessed from AMD's Adrenalin software. I use it on my ROG Ally, very effective technique. The rest of the settings were already available in Nvidia control panel, low latency mode. If a game supports Nvidia Reflex, just enable it instead of LLM. In-game reflex setting will override LLM setting anyway. If your display supports variable refresh rate, just enable it along with VSYNC and reflex. Just make sure you enable VSYNC from Nvidia control panel or Nvidia app. Don't enable VSYNC from the in-game settings. With VRA, VSYNC and reflex enable, a very smooth looking animation will be produced. FPS will never exceed your display's max refresh rate value. FPS will be capped to a certain value. On a display with 144Hz refresh rate, FPS will be capped at 138. On a display with 240Hz refresh rate, the FPS will be capped at 225. In-game FPS can be capped using max frame rate setting. On, set the value, stick with global. Now I'll run Cyberpunk using the same settings as before. First I'll run the game without DLSS reconstruction. We are in. Check out the debug overlay. Preset used is K. This is the new preset which is added by the latest version of DLSS upscaler 310.2.1. Now I'll enable DLSS reconstruction. Apply. Back to the game. Yeah, you can see its version got updated as well, 310.2.0. 32 FPS, exactly the same performance that I got with the previous version of DLSS reconstruction. Nvidia app downloads the latest DLL files for DLSS. I'll show you how to extract them. Just open C drive. Open program data folder. If this folder is not visible on your PC, you need to click on view here, go to show, then click on hidden items. Now open Nvidia folder, NGX folder, models folder. DLSS folder has the DLL file for DLSS upscaler. DLSSD folder has the DLL file for DLSS reconstruction, and DLSSG folder has the DLL file for DLSS frame generation. I'll show you the process for DLSS upscaler. Open DLSS folder, open versions folder, open the second folder here, 203.16673. Open files, copy this bin file, paste it anywhere on your PC and change its name to nvngx_dlss.tll. Hit enter. Yes, check its properties now. Click on details. There you go, version 310.2.1.0. This is required in the case of manually updating DLSS subscaler when using DLSSTweaks. I'll quickly show you the process of manually updating DLSS subscaler using DLSSTweaks in Final Fantasy Rebirth. Nvidia app did not work for me. Just download the latest version of DLSSTweaks from Nexus Mods. It's completely free. Just need to have a free Nexus Mods account in order to download any stuff from here. Build version 0.310.0.0a. Click on manual download here. Click on slow download. Extract the contents of its archive file. Copy, paste. DLSSTweaks supports different file names like nvngx, winmm and dxgi to improve its game compatibility. nvngx and dxgi work with most of the games. I'll just rename nvngx.dll file to dxgi.dll. This works for Final Fantasy Rebirth. If you are using the file name nvngx, you need to execute this registry file, enable Nvidia signature override, not required for dxgi. Just copy the highlighted files, 3 of them. Open the games install directory, open end folder, open binaries folder, open win64 folder, paste the DLSSTweaks files here, right next to the game's main exe file. Open DLSSTweaks config.exe file. More info, run anyway. I've scanned the file using virus total. No viruses were found. From here, we just need to set the model preset to K for the Upscaler's quality preset that we want to use. I'll be using the quality preset of the Upscaler. So click on the default drop down bar next to quality. Select K. Click on save here. That's it. For this game, we also need to force enable auto exposure. Click on the bar next to override auto exposure. Click on force enable, save, close. Manually update the game's DLSS subscaler file. Copy the DLL file that we extracted from Nvidia app. Open the game's install directory. Open engine folder, plugins, DLSS subset, binaries, third party, win64. There's the DLL file. This game comes with DLSS Upscaler version 3.7.0. Paste, replace, process complete, check the version, run the game. DLSS debug overlay is still enabled. In-game settings, this game's FPS is capped at 120 full HD resolution. I have set everything to high. Need to set anti-aliasing method to DLSS. I'll just use its quality preset. Set DRS maximum and minimum values to 66. Yeah, we are in. Check out the debug overlay. Preset used is K, version of the Upscaler 310.2.1. Auto exposure setting on. So if you are not able to use Nvidia app to enable the latest version of DLSS Upscaler, you can use DLSSTweaks. That's it with the video, guys. I hope you find it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.